I'm Nitsahone, and it is Thursday. That means it's time for another draft video. I post one every Monday and Thursday of the latest format. Right now, that is Guilds of Ravnica. Before we make this first pick, a quick reminder that my channel is sponsored by... camaraderie is exciting. The channel is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can go to cardkingdom.com to buy singles. Also, you can buy sealed product if you want to draft with your friends. They even have a pre-made cube, which is a pretty cool thing to have because cube is a really fun format, and their cube looks pretty sweet. So... what do we take here? Well, I've already hinted that I think it's probably the camaraderie. It is incredibly powerful. The last time I drafted it, I never got to cast it, and that was really annoying because if you just need 3 creatures in play for this to be really good, and anything more than that, and it gets to be ridiculous. So, you know, it's good if you're trying to go wide, but it's good in any creature-heavy deck. So, yeah, it's good. It can be good in Boros even. You know, you can splash green and run it as like your only top curve. There's not any like premium removal in this pack. There's nothing even close to camaraderie in this pack. Like, let's say camaraderie wasn't here, what would we pick? That's kind of a hard question. It might be Silent Dirt or something like that. It's a weak pack. There are playable cards, just nothing especially exciting. Okay. This is also not an amazing pack. I think we probably just take Capture Sphere. The bad news about taking Capture Sphere is blue, green, and blue-white aren't in this format, really. The only way we might play it is if we go Selesnya, just straight up Selesnya and splash Capture Sphere, but I think we still take Capture Sphere. It's premium removal. It's proven to be in this format, which is nice because blue doesn't usually get that. There are other good blue cards here in Sinister Sabotage and Unexplained Disappearance. That's a little frustrating, but none of the other cards in this pack are anywhere close, except for the 2 blue cards, which are probably the next cards to go out of the pack. But we'll take the Sphere. We might be able to. It is splashable after all. So, okay. This has been a series of disappointing packs. So Guild Summit's kind of cool. I've wanted to try to make it work. We could take it early and then just take like every single guild gate we see, which could be fun. And given what we have in this pack, it's what I'm seriously considering doing. Because Parhelion Patrol's okay. There's lots of decent playables in this pack, but that's about it. So... I could take a guild gate instead, but I think I'm going to take an early guild summit and see what happens there with the guild summit. Okay, so Watcher in the Mist is really good. Yeah, it's the best card in this pack by a pretty wide margin. We could like go crazy and take a guild gate, but I don't think forcing that, like if this were another mediocre pack like the ones we've seen, I probably would take the guild gate. Yeah, but Watcher in the Mist is pretty darn good, so that's what we'll take. So, okay. So, Firemind's Research can be good. You just need to end up with a ton of guild gates to make it work. Muse Drake and Passwall Adept are both pretty good. We could go guild gate here, which might not be the worst plan. I mean, these are both fine cards. I think I want to take Muse Drake over a guild gate. I think it wins, even with Guild Summit. So. We'll take the Muse Drake. Okay. Here, do we take the Guild Gate or something else? So Devious Cover-Up has proven to actually be pretty good. We could also go with a black card here over the Guild Gate. Because, you know, it doesn't really look like camaraderie is going to be what we go after here. The black and blue both look reasonably open. Yeah, the question is, which of these black cards do I want? They're all fine, but not a whole lot more than that. I think I'll take the Dowser. Okay. No Guild Gate here. Probably Spinal Centipede. It's a nice creature. I like it more than the Mesmerist or Bartizan Bats. We do need 2 drops someday, but I think for now I'm going to take a Centipede. Okay. Well, Ironshell Beetle's pretty nice. We do have another Guild Gate. Child of Night's fine. Wall of Mist, pretty much same thing. That is fine. So do I start taking guild gates and going crazy here because I have Guild Summit, or do I want to just take a playable 2-drop? I don't feel like I'm being, I just don't feel like there's enough of a reason for me to try to make Guild Summit work at this point. Okay, so this pack, not so good. Which of these is the most likely to get played? Maybe one of the black-green cards. Seems a little more likely, but World Soul Colossus also seems possible, but none of them seem that possible. So, okay. Decent green cards, 2 mediocre black cards. Maybe worse than mediocre. They're not good. I'll take the Utopia, sure. All right, now I think we do take a Mesmerist over Never Happened and Creeping Chill. We don't have any, what's it called? What's the mechanic called? Brain. Surveil. We don't have any Surveil yet. We'll take a Vicious Rumors just to cut black here. We'll take a Boros Locket. Ooh, that works for me. I mean, I don't love the Necrolisk, but same with Bartizan Bats, but they're both playable and much better than Vicious Rumors or Boros Locket. Underrealm Lich. Interesting. Okay, so Thoughtbound Phantasm is a great payoff if you're surveilling a lot, but we're not at this point. I think we got to take the Lich and splash it. Yeah, it's just really, really good. I wouldn't mind Spinal Centipede wheeling, Pitiless Gorgon wheeling, Thoughtbound Phantasm, though that seems unlikely. The Adepts, maybe even the Guildgate, but yeah, we take our friend Underrealm Lich, who we had in our last, or a couple draft videos ago. He's actually easier to splash than our pack 1 pick 1 Camaraderie will be. Okay, so Necrotic Wound. I do like Necrotic Wound. It's definitely better in the Golgari deck, where you more frequently have like little creatures that give you value, and so trading them or blocking with them isn't a big deal. It's not great in this deck. And Whisper Agent and Watcher in the Mist are here too. I think I got to take another Watcher. I think it's just too good, basically. I mean, I think it, Necrotic Wound is removal, but it's just so inconsistent. Sometimes it can be great. I mean, I've had it be great, but it's not going to always be. Okay, so Chromatic Lantern is kind of interesting. If we pick up a few Guild Gates plus, and we could probably play Underrealm Lich and Camaraderie, but I don't think that seems awesome. I mean, it's kind of awesome, but I probably take Whisper Agent over that. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, Whispering Snitch, another Watcher in the Mist. So we're getting Surveil going a little bit. We have 3 cards with Surveil now, right? I feel like, even though this is a solid little Surveil payoff, it's not the most exciting one. And I think just taking another Watcher is probably better. Probably don't need to even run Dowser of Lights. I mean, we can definitely side it in a matchup where it seems like it's a little better. Okay, so do we want this Golgari Guildgate? I think we probably do. I mean, Disdainful Stroke, Leapfrog are both okay, but splashing Underrealm Lich seems great. So, yeah. I think we take the Guildgate. Finally, we take one. Plague Crafter, Child of Night. I do love this card. I think for a Selesnya deck to be at its best, you need this and not Siege Worm, basically, as your win condition. Just throwing that out there. Plague Crafter or Child of Night. We're still low on 2s, but we have time to get more of them. And I think Plague Crafter probably is better. Yeah. It's also a Muse Drake, but... So Guild Summit probably not going to end up making the cut here. Okay, so I think we probably take another Guild Gate, and then we're kind of set, and we can focus more on getting 2-drops and stuff. So yeah, I think we get the other Guild Gate, and we're pretty well set for mana now. So another Dowser of Lights. I don't think our deck wants Wand of Vertebrae. I could take Crushing Canopy for the sideboard. I mean, we're pretty set on 5s. So one Dowser of Lights in our sideboard is probably enough. And being able to bring this in out of the sideboard is pretty nice. So I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, yeah, Spinal Centipede did come back. I like it more than Passwall Adept or Dazzling Lights. I do like Passwall Adept, but packs just keep having things I'd rather have in them. So yeah, now we'll take a 2-drop that can stall for us early. So we're not like stacked with Surveil at this point, but it could happen. So we could take an Izzet Guildgate, and you know that does increase the chances of playing Guild Summit. It does increase the chances that you know, if we open a red bomb, we could try to splash it. Devious Cover Up is a thing, but so I think I am gonna take. Nah, no, what? I'm gonna take Guildgate. Nope, I got a Barrier of Bones in the end. Okay, well that's not the worst. Could have gone worse. So we really already have one of these. Don't like Dazzling Lights a lot. I think I'm just gonna take yet another Guildgate. Wishcoin Crab isn't the worst sideboard card. So we are up to 3 Guildgates. Here I think we just take a 4th. I doubt we play it, but with Guild Summit, anything's possible. That one can actually... Ooh, Lazav. This is an interesting and really good pack for us. This is foil. Foil mythics are worth a lot in Magic Online because of redemption, so I think we have to take it. But the question is... If it weren't foil, would I take Midnight Reaper over it? And I think the answer is yes, though I think it's really close. Lazav surveils. Lazav can make himself into creatures in your graveyard, which is awesome. He's a really good card, but I think Midnight Reaper is just better. I would also love Notion Rain or Thought Erasure or another Watcher in the Mist. But we'll take Lazav here. We also need 2 drops, and he fits that role. Okay, probably Capture Sphere. Yeah, probably Capture. Yeah, definitely Capture Sphere. Okay, so this time, do we want Necrotic Wound or Severed Strands? We don't have a ton of removal, so I think I'm going to move these over here for now. We don't have a ton of removal, but we have some. We have our 2 Capture Spheres and Plague Crafter to a much lesser extent. We probably want Severed Strands more than we want Necrotic Wound, though we do have a lot of creatures. Being able to kill big, scary creatures, you know, is pretty relevant. And so I think running 1 Severed Strands in most black decks is probably a good call. The Dimir Guildgate's a little tempting, but it's a 2nd Guild Summit. Oh, man. So Disdainful Stroke is solid, and I think it's worth mainboarding a lot of the time, but I am really tempted to try out our other Guild Summit, because we'll be up to 4 Guildgates, which is getting close. And I think we do want to take another Guildgate over a 2nd Guild Summit. Yeah, I mean, I think Disdainful Stroke's the right pick. I'll make that caveat here, but we're taking the Dimir Guildgate. So another Severed Strands. A little less interested in Severed Strands number 2. We do have another Wall of Mist, which can stall for us early, obviously enough. Creeping Chill, I'm not a huge fan of it. If I had a ton of Surveil, I'd think about it, but we only have some Surveil as opposed to a ton. Is it Gorgon or Wall of Mist? Gorgon is harder to cast, but a little less so when we have 3 Golgari Guildgates, I guess. So I think I'm going to take the Gorgon. Yeah, another Wall of Mist or another Barrier of Bones. So we don't have any Surveil payoffs at this point. So running Barrier of Bones number 2 has minimal... there's minimal reason to do so. So maybe just another Wall of Mist. I kind of think we're going to cut our Bartizan Bats because we have better flyers running around. Okay, wow. Guild Summit number 3, potentially. We probably take Whispering Snitch here, though. We are up to 5 Guildgates, and we can run 4 already without really any downside. So that's worth keeping in mind. We can run a fifth just to force being able to for Guild Summit to be its best, and potentially to splash like Camaraderie. I think we want the Snitch though. See if those Guild Summits wheel, and we should keep in mind that there's a chance that they do. So I think I actually like the Mesmerist more than Child of Night, but there's also a Dark Blade Agent, which I should probably just take. We don't have a ton of Surveil, but I think we have enough for it to be relevant. I think we take another Wall of Mist and stick it in the sideboard. Yeah. Moodmark Painter, sure, whatever. So never happened for the sideboard, or one of these two fine but kind of underwhelming cards with Surveil. We do have 2 Surveil payoffs now. Yeah, I think I take the Barrier. I don't know that I'm going to play both, but take a Locket. Don't think we need one, but yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're running our other bats. I mean, Bartizan Bats isn't great, but it's better than most last cards in packs. We saw a lot of them late here. In the end, our deck ended up with plenty of playables, but... Okay. So I think these are the only 4 guild gates we run. I think we could have tried really hard to make Guild Summit work, but I think we would have ended up with a worse deck. If we drew Guild Summit, it would have been awesome. And we could have had 3 of them, so... With hindsight being 2020, like spending all of pack 1 picking up guild gates probably worth it, and then just taking, you know, but you can't know the future. So, okay, this could be our deck. Question is whether this is what we want to be our deck. What do we have over here that's like playable that we might consider putting in? We've got Wall of Mist, but we already have 2 of those main board. Dowser of Lights isn't the worst, but we have, I think, what are just better 5-drops. Yeah. This might just be our deck. We ended up with 2 Surveil payoffs, right? In the end, we ended up with Dark Blade Agent and Whispering Snitch. Yeah, we have 20 creatures, which is plenty for Severed Strands, especially when we have stuff like Barrier of Bones, which is going to get to a point in the game where we don't really care about it. Yeah, I mean, the Dowser, you know, it's kind of an interesting card because it's proven to be like an okay finisher in the Dimir deck. But I think you usually like rely on it in games where you don't have like 3 Watchers in the Mist at the top of your curve. And an Underrealm Lich for that matter. So I think we probably do this. And I don't know that we need to run any forests. I don't think we do. We've already got 4 black sources. It is nice having this in our sideboard. Yeah, I don't think we put the Dowser in. Maybe, I mean, I could maybe see cutting the Necrolisk for it, but I think I'm happy with what we've got here. All right, we got 2 mythics in this draft. So yeah, we don't need any forests. And we've already got, without adding anything, we have 8 black sources. So I think kicking that up to 10 is probably plenty. Actually, that's 11. So anyway, we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus 5 is 16. And so 8 blue sources. So I did the math wrong. What a surprise. 2, yeah, probably don't need that swamp. So we've got 8 blue sources and 10 black sources. Do you think we should go to 9? 9, 8? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think we go to 9, 8. We do have a double blue at the top. Granted, we also have a bunch of ways to surveil, which can sort of help us fix in the sense that it digs us deeper into our deck. I think I'm happy with this though. 9 black and 9 blue is what we end up with. in the end. And that's probably right. We don't have any double black, so yeah. All right, so we will save this deck, and I'll see you guys in the first match. All right. I think this is definitely a keepable hand. We can't play our turn 1 barrier, but that's not the end of the world. We can play turn 2 Lazav. We might just play turn 2 Child of Night, depending on what our opponent does. That is something worth keeping in mind that we could do, but we definitely keep it. Like, if our opponent doesn't play anything, maybe playing the Child of Night and pressuring them a little more is worth it, especially because Lazav later in the game has more value than Child of Night. Okay, looks like we're up against a more surveilly version of this deck, potentially anyway. Obviously, we have that card too, and our deck isn't super surveilly. Of course, I have 2 cards with Surveil in my hand as I say that. So I think playing Lazav is still the best plan here. I mean, a 2-mana 1/3 that surveils 1 is already like pretty solid. And yeah, maybe he dies before he gets to do anything fancy, but it's kind of okay, I think. I could play Wall of Mist instead, but I think for now playing Lazav is probably best. That was an interesting pack with Lazav, but being able to get back basically the entire draft, even if I go 0-2, is kind of worth it. With what we have going on, I think putting this back on top is probably worth it. It's probably what we play next turn, because then we can play Barrier of Bones and set up a really frustrating attack for our opponent to deal with. Okay, well, our hand's not that great, but I'm guessing they're going to we're going to lose 1 and they're going to gain 1. I'm guessing, oh, they just make me discard it. That's actually kind of interesting with Lazav. I thought that exiled. That's never happened, that exiles. So we can copy the Necrolisk at some point. It's kind of cool. Cool thing about Lazav is you can do his ability at instant speed, so you can attack and have the threat of activation, and your opponent just can't block sometimes. So I do like that. Question is, should I attack here just to bluff or potentially get in for 1? I think probably. I think that's what I'm going to do. The bad news about playing the Darkblade Agent here is our opponent will know literally every card in our hand for a little bit. But I think that's probably okay. They don't know what I drew, so maybe, yeah, I thought maybe they'd take it, but same time, it's like, why would they? All right, so Darkblade Agent it is. So they're stuck on 2, which could be good news for us. They did draw their 3rd now, of course, but, well, that's annoying. Makes the whole Barrier of Bones thing a little less exciting, certainly. I think we still play it because we kind of need to surveil. I think we do want that. We need a 4th land pretty badly. And yeah, it comes into play tap, but we can still play stuff next turn. So, is it worth attacking here still? I think it probably is. Just trade for the Centipede, make that a 2/4. It's like, whatever, you know. Kind of okay with it. We can also, of course, copy it at a later date, at a later time when it might matter. Right now it doesn't matter. That being a 2/4 is kind of obnoxious, but play Wall of Mist. Maybe I should have just been a Devious Cover-Up deck, huh? Yeah, we're not going to be able to attack anytime soon. Okay, so I could attack here, but my opponent knows the best I can do is just make it into a 2/3, and I don't have a way of surveilling right this second. So I don't think there's a reason to. Let's go to combat, see if that coaxes anything out of our opponent. I don't think it will. And I probably just play another wall. I mean, putting out another 2/1 isn't going to be real helpful right now. So they know I still have 1 Wall of Mist, but they don't know I have Capture Sphere. Nice watery grave. Okay, Mr. Piston Fist. Luckily, I can block him forever, so I don't even need to use Capture Sphere on him. All right. Yeah, we'll play our other Wall of Mist. We're just waiting to draw one of our Watchers, basically, which we do have 3 of. So it feels like our X1s are going to be kind of bad here, but I could be wrong. Hey, there's their Watcher. It's going to drop us to 18. So I could copy Necrolisk, which does offer some more interesting opportunities because of the ability. They're tapped out. And like, what do I need Barrier of Bones for? It's going to hold on to its +1/+1 counter. So it's interesting. That's a potential like end of turn thing that I could do at some point. I think it's probably better here just to use Capture Sphere when it comes time. But we'll pass our turn for now and sort of bluff some of those other options that we talked about. Okay, well, we're just going to Capture Sphere. See if they counter that or something. Something else scary? Oh, way scarier. Ouch. Especially with this freaking thing in play. That's not good. I think we just lost. Capture Sphere would be nice, but it wouldn't even stop everything this can do to us right now. Oh, this only does it once. There, that's good. I'm glad they wrote it that way. Okay, so we're just going to empty out our hand here and probably do... Wish I had Disdainful Stroke right about now. Probably do the... Oh, no, it won't matter, actually, because I don't have the mana to do both. The whole change this into the Necrolisk and sack like a Barrier of Bones to it. Doing that at instant speed, like when we can also declare blocks, seems pretty awesome. But yeah, they're going to damage me here. They essentially only have to pay 1 life to Surveil, while also doing 1 to me. Basically, I pay 1 and they pay 1. It's the way it works. Nasty Doom Whisperer. I haven't had to play against it, and I haven't gotten to play with it yet. It's absurd. You would think our deck has like no flyers in it, the way things have gone. So we're going to take 9 in the air. Oh no, we're dead because they'll do this at the end of their turn. They'll do it during their turn. Yeah. We dead. Okay. So some things to think about. I mean, I think our walls looked pretty good here. I don't think we want more. The question is whether we want like Dowser of Lights. I think probably not. Crushing Canopy we might want. I mean, there's a significant chance that they have Capture Sphere. And there's a significant chance they have more flyers. So I think maybe something like Pitiless Gorgon looks a little less good here. Yeah. So I think the Crushing Canopy is a good idea. Other than that, we don't got much else going on. It would be fun to build a deck with like 5 Creeping Chills and a bunch of Infiltrate, Surveil. This would have been nice, huh? It's basically the only way we have to completely get rid of, well, now we have Crushing Canopy, but we only have 2 ways now of completely getting rid of that creature, the Doom Whisperer. was a grindy game where it never really felt like we were under control. It's just like the whole game was all them. It all started with them playing that Spinal Centipede when I had Darkblade Agent in play, which isn't anything crazy, but it really took away what would have been a really productive attack and turned it into a trade. I mean, we do have X1s, especially Child of Night. We could take out a Child of Night for like a bat. Maybe that's okay, actually. Let's do it. I think the evasive creature is just going to be better most of the time against them. I mean, they may have way more flyers than we saw. That's a possibility. But it really seemed like if we could draw a flyer earlier in that game, we would have been set. Because they had no way to stop them. All right, let's see if we can win this one. I haven't gotten a trophy with Dimir yet. In fact, I've hardly drafted it because it's usually not very open. Ooh. Okay, this one's all right, all things considered. Considering we mulled down to 6. They did 2 at least. Don't have anything till turn 3. Do we really want another island? I mean, we're going to need one eventually. But I feel like drawing more... Well, maybe not, honestly. Maybe we do just want to draw that land. Because then Watcher, yeah. Our opponent's not going to have a fast start. This we know. And being able to play the Watcher, even if it's on turn 5, which is obviously when you can usually play it, even though that's late, it can help set us up our future draws. Like, can help us hit more land drops if that's what we want, or not land drops if that's what we want. Always playing Spinal Centipede when you don't have another creature in play is always a little frustrating, but it's still a 3-mana 3/2 that could do something later. Yeah, so they're not off to a great start. Okay, there's an early flyer. If we can go Bartizan Bats, Watcher in the Mist, I'll be pretty happy. Copying this out of my graveyard would be hilarious with Lazav. Yeah, Thoughtbound Phantasm is nice when you have a lot of Surveil. So I probably should have played a creature first. That's how smart I am, but I think we still attack. If we can trade for that, I'm cool with it, but we definitely... Okay, good. It's going to get huge, probably, but it's a race we'll win, I think, especially... they got stuck on 2 last time, and we couldn't really punish them. This time it looks like we might be able to. What makes Bartizan Bats bad sometimes is they can just be like dead weight, and that never feels good. They're probably going to play that untapped. Yeah. We really want to hit that 5th land and just go Watcher in the Mist, Watcher in the Mist. That would be a good way to sort of... Oh my god. We drew all 3 Watchers in the Mist before we drew a 5th land. That's funny. Okay. I think we just attack with both. If they block, we make this a 4/2. Yeah, they're going to make their guy a 3/3, but it won't be able to attack yet. So it's still a race we win. And a 4/2 flyer is no joke, especially when you have 3/4 flyers with Surveil 2 in your hand. Looks very Innistrad-y. Not that I'm an expert on Magic art. I don't pay a lot of attention to it. In fact, when I do my top 10 videos, it's sometimes like the first time I've looked at the art of cards really closely because I use them, for the video. Let's see what happens to our bats here. All right, we attack, and then we play Watcher in the Mist, which could get Devious Cover-Up, but that's fine. I'm glad we drew the land, and I'm glad it wasn't a Guildgate. That would have been really frustrating. Okay. Awesome. I mean, not awesome, but not the end of the world. Win. We can do this. I don't really think we want that. I think Severed Strands might come in handy later, but we're going to get to set up a lot of draws here. So this will drop them to 9, then we'll play another one. That takes them to 10. And then we'll drop them to 7. We still won't quite have lethal with just 2 Watchers, unfortunately, but we'll be getting closer. This gets to be a 4/4. Still can't attack us just yet. Needs one more counter. Wonder if they have their Watcher in the mist. Okay, I think we discard the Lich, which is kind of crazy, but the Watchers are much more likely to be a factor in this game. Okay, so let's attack. Take them down to 7. Play another Watcher in the mist. I don't see Plague Crafter being great on the current board state. They get to sacrifice a Burglar Rats, so we do want Lazav, though. Though there's a good chance I just play Watcher in the Mist. Lazav can become an Underrealm Lich right now. So that's pretty cool. They play their Watcher in the Mist? Yeah. So that makes this a 5/5. And it can attack now. It's a lot of Watchers in the Mist. What? Why would... what? I'm trying to decide what their plan could be in getting rid of the Burglar Rat, which now makes me wish I'd kept Plague Crafter. I think we block it. I mean, they could have something with Undergrowth, like a Necrotic Wound, but I still think it's worth blocking this. Okay, so I could just play... I could do something wacky here and like play Lazav, play Severed Strands to kill this, but that doesn't really seem worth it. I think we just attack. With both, dropping them to 4, and then play Watcher in the Mist number 3. And then see if they can take us down. There are a lot of Watchers in the Mist. I mean, it was annoying drawing it when we did, but because we drew it when we really needed that 5th land for our first one, but then having all 3, once you hit that 5th land, it's not a bad thing. You get to set up all your draws and play creatures that do a lot of damage. They're trying to find a way out of dying, so... From triple Watchers in the Mist, yeah. We did it. Yeah, I don't think we change anything. Crushing Canopy still looks good. We didn't see any new flyers, but we saw one of the ones we already knew they had. Okay, I think we keep this. One of the nice things about Barrier of Bones, for as mediocre as it is it really lets you keep 2-land hands a lot more confidently because it's going to dig you 1 card deeper. Plus we have multiple 3-drops and a 2-drop. This guy's loved us, but in game 1 when we had like all the green mana we could ever want, we didn't draw him. And now that we don't have green mana, he's like, what's up, guys? Hey, there's green mana. Okay, I think we definitely play it. We don't desperately need to hit the 3rd land or anything, and just playing a 2-drop here is maybe better. God, I think maybe we discard Underrealm Lich again. No, that's wrong. It's wrong. It may just be Barrier of Bones. It's Barrier of Bones or Mesmerist. Maybe it's Mesmerist. No, it's Barrier Bones. Yeah. Okay, so probably worth playing the Mesmerist here instead of trying to play another Guildgate. Because it does put a little pressure on them. Not much, but yeah, not much at all, actually. So what I'm going to try to do here, see if it works out for me, is attack and shrink this down so that if he wants to trade, he has to block with the Centipede. And then I can play Plague Crafter. No, I may not play Plague Crafter, but no, I probably do. It just wipes the board, but we have way more actions still in our hand than they do, so I think it works out for us. So let's do it. So we'll shrink down the Burglar Rat. They may still just block with the rat, but that's okay with me. Or they'll just take 2. All right. That does make the whole idea of playing Plague Crafter way less good. So we're going to play instead our Spinal Centipede. I think I'm okay with trading for his and making this a 3-2 and letting him make his Burglar Rat a 2-2. Actually, he probably makes that a 3-3 at this point, huh? Still think it's worth it. Yeah, I don't have any decisions to make here. He does. He put it on the rat. That's kind of surprising. Now it makes playing Plague Crafter a little less mediocre. In fact, I think that's just what I do now. I attack, shrink this down, so if he wants to block it, he has to do it with the Phantasm. And then if he does block it, I think I still play Plague Crafter. And yeah. I would definitely rather kill the Phantasm at this point than the Burglar Rat. Still, because it does become large and problematic. Yeah, so we'll do that. And then I think we play Plague Crafter, Golgari Guildgate, and then next turn we can play our Underrealm Lich on a hopefully thinned out board. All right, then we'll play our Guildgate and end our turn. I'm hoping they're just out of gas, and we're going to have an insane card selection the rest of the way. Yeah, it looks like they are. And they can't even play... Never Happened, right? Or Devious Cover-Up right now, so... Okay. That's going to help them out for sure. Not as much as Underrealm Lich's ability is going to help us out, but it will help them. Ooh, gross. Okay. That was eventful. Yeah, I think we attack here. If they block, I think we use the Indestructible ability. And if they don't, we don't do anything. Especially because we have Capture Sphere in case things get really crazy here. Where's that Guild Summit? Pay 3 to draw 3 would be pretty good. Alright, so the question is, do I Capture Sphere the Watcher, or do I hold on to Capture Sphere to hit something a little scarier? I think I can wait another turn. I think it's fine to take 3 here. They can always block and make me pay 4, which would essentially mean Piston Fist Cyclops did its damage and everything, but Yeah, so here we take a Muse Drake for sure. Wall of Mist is kind of interesting here, actually, because it can block Piston Fist Cyclops. I can also play... I think we still take the Muse Drake. Thought about doing something else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't play Muse Drake and leave mana up. So maybe we don't attack here. Yeah, I think I'm going to play the Muse Drake and see what happens there. Draw another card. Oh, yeah, I forgot it. It's a replacement effect. Okay. All right. So, there's a significant chance this won't even be able to attack anyway. And I can always chump it if I want. I think I attack. Let's do this. Yeah, they're going to make me do it. Which means this is a race they can win right now. I'm going to take the 3. Yeah, another Watcher. Sounds good to me. Worked out last game, right? Okay, so I think we attack with both. See what happens here. Aww, okay. Fine. Still get the card selection. Attack with our Muse Drake. Then we play one of our Watchers in the Mist. Ooh. I think we're pretty happy to put Crushing Canopy on top given what our opponent has in play. We can get rid of Capture Sphere or the Watcher, whichever seems better. Man, that's annoying. Luckily we can trade with it with our Muse Drake, but still pretty annoying. Okay. So, I think we attack with the Watcher. Yeah, I think I attack with the Watcher, then play another Watcher. If they double block here or something crazy, we can use Crushing Canopy to blow them out. I don't think they will, though. Yeah, they're just going to single block. Oh, no! They are double blocking, and their hand's empty. Okay. In that case... Destroy target creature with flying. See you later. 2 for 1. Their board is empty, and ours is very far from it. We got card selection out the wazoo. Feels pretty good. Let's see what they drew. Doom Whisperer. I think it's actually better to discard the Watcher here, which kind of sucks, but I think we need to hold on to the removal in case they find a way. I guess Darkblade Agent's best there. And by the way, if you didn't see last time I drafted this, you can't actually mill yourself out with this in play because it has a replacement effect. You never actually draw a card anymore if you have it in play. So even if they draw something like Doom Whisperer here, by holding on to Capture Sphere, I think we have an out. I'm surprised they double blocked where they did. They didn't have to. Okay. Probably shouldn't play that, guys. I think I gave it an F in my set review. So did everyone else. Cards like it just aren't They did it because they lost to 3 Watchers in the Mist in game 1, but it just doesn't do anything. Right here, the fact that they drew it, like, I mean, maybe it's marginally better than a land, but they may as well have drawn a land, you know? So having a real spell, even just any random creature here, would be way better than what they just did. It just doesn't impact the board, and it doesn't even impact the game in most cases. So we already have 1 out, so I think, well, probably should still take Severed Strands, actually. I guess the Barrier of Bones would have been maybe better because it would have given this Death Touch and all that. But so okay, so you're dead. I have lethal next turn. But don't play on Mordigo is basically the moral of the story here. Okay, well, we have 2 ways to kill your Doom Whisperer, or at least get close to killing your Doom Whisperer. And we have lethal. Thanks, Underrealm Lich. You bailed me out. There's Lazav. We want him just cause. Yeah, I guess I could have played it so that I could draw a card off of Darkblade Agent, but there's no reason to do that. All right, we won match 1. I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, there it goes. All right, I would like to play first here in match 2. Good hand, all our mana. So I am happy with it. It's dark in here. That may or may not have helped. Okay. Golgari Guildgate. So Lazav. Pressures them more than a Wall of Mist will. If there's a land on top of our library, we definitely just throw it in there. I think we probably want Severed Strands. Just having an out against everything is good, and we'll have either Wall of Mist or Muse Drake in play, and by the time we want to use it, those cards won't be especially good. So, okay. I think I just discard Wall of Mists. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Can always make this a 0/5 at instant speed if I need to. Or something. We might as well attack. I think it's okay to start racing here. Golgari. Ooh, that's not so good. Kind of need to get rid of that. The annoying thing about it is even if we kill it, especially with Severed Strands, they still get like a 3-for-1, you know. So we're going to play Muse Drake. And we'll end our turn. I mean, it's not quite a 3-for-1 because we did draw a card off of Muse Drake. I think we probably need to kill it, though, and Muse Drake may be the way to do it. Yeah, I think we just take 3. He is in green, so the number of combat tricks they could have is concerning. So, yeah, we definitely take out the Reaper. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Severed Strands, destroy Reaper, sacrifice Muse Drake. Lazav, I mean, yeah, the Muse Drake has flying, but Lazav has so much more late game usefulness. Yeah. I can give it flying even if I really want to. Or make it into a wall of mist. Okay, so you're at 3/3. That's not too concerning, especially with Capture Sphere in our hand. No attack with Hired Poisoner, huh? Okay. Barrier Bones it is. Question mark? What do we got on top? Yeah, that's going in the graveyard. I can also just copy Wall of Mist, which might just be what I try to do here if he attacks with that. I mean, we may lose Lazov, but it's not the end of the world. It would suck, but I think that's better than using Capture Sphere at this point. All right. So Wall of Mist it is. See what they got. Shape-shifting time. So if they have a trick, they can kill Lazov. But it's still a 1-for-1. It's not like we get blown out or anything. And if they don't, well, they don't. So, yeah. I can copy Muse Drake too, but that's not gonna be... I need a Watcher. Give me a Watcher. Right, well, this could find me a Watcher. You are a creature, but such a low impact one on a board like this that I think I'm just going to throw you away. Sorry, buddy. I probably need to use Capture Sphere on those bats. I don't know if I will right away. Got to think about it. Aww. Don't have anything worth copying. That's for sure. So I think we do need to use Capture Sphere now. We'll do it to the bats, and we'll just take 3 from Rhizome Lurcher. All their creatures can attack now, I just realized. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll just take 4 from the rest for now. Okay, not too bad. Not great, but you can actually kill one of these things. Maybe keeps back the Hired Poisoner. So I definitely block the Hired Poisoner and block this and go to 12. Actually, we gain 2, so. Gross. That is not nice against Barriers of Bones. Oh, good. We're in trouble. Yeah. All the Death Touch. They have way more action in their hands than we do. So they can just attack with everything. I have to take 4 and I have to double block this. So one of my Walls of Bones is dead. If they have a trick, they can just kill both of them. Okay, well, something's going to help. That might be it. So Underrealm Lich. 3, 4. I mean, not so much. We're pretty much dead, and we won't be able to regenerate, well, it's essentially regenerate. They won't be able to make it indestructible. So maybe even showing them we had it was a net downside. So why would you do that? I mean, it's exciting to kill both of these, but if they pump their own creature, I'm just dead there. Since they did not pump their own creature, I'm not dead. I mean, I'm basically dead. And yeah, they get to kill both of these, but Still seems like the wrong. I was just instantly dead if they pumped one of their other creatures. Yeah, you're not going to do it. Let's not show them that we have flyers, more flyers. We lost our first game in pretty convincing fashion last time, so. Do we want Crushing Canopy in this particular matchup? I do feel like, especially against Death Touchers and stuff, Barrier of Bones loses some of its appeal, as does Wall of Mist. Because at least being able to trade with a Death Toucher is like reasonable. Not being able to block them at all is pretty bad. I mean, we only saw 2, so maybe I should just cut 1 and put in like our own Bartizan Bats. I think I'd rather hold on to the Barrier because Surveil's sort of relevant for our deck. So yeah, I think that's a reasonable decision to make. All right, I would like to play first. I'd also like to mulligan. Like it's kind of tempting to try to make this work, but we don't have enough 2-drops, so even if Barrier of Bones helps us hit a land, it doesn't really matter. Okay, this is better. Certainly. They're trying to decide what they want to mulligan. They did not. Ooh, that makes our hand a lot better. Yeah, it does. It is tempting to like wait till I can play Darkblade Agent, but I think that's wrong. Like, yeah, I mean, getting a Surveil trigger is great and all that, but I think it's a little too cute when we could just play Lazav, help us set up a draw here potentially, and you know, pressure them a little bit. Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to die at some point. Do we want a Golgari Guildgate? I think we probably do. We need green mana at some point. I mean, we don't need it with this hand as it stands now. We do have mana to play everything in our hand already, so maybe I do pitch it. Yeah, let's pitch it. It's not like we don't have 2 more Golgari Guildgates, you know. If it was our only Guildgate, I think I would have had a hard time doing that, but it is not. Okay. Oh, God. Of course that's how that worked out. All right, so we're going to attack with Lazav, and then I think we play Darkblade Agent because it can block Child of Night, basically. So I don't think playing Plaguecrafter there is really worth it. I mean, yeah, we get rid of their 1 creature, but it's not really a big deal. Drawing that Underrealm Lich right after I pitched to Golgari Guildgate hurts my soul. So do we just discard Underrealm Lich now? Maybe. Making this a copy of it is awesome, and that might happen later. Yeah. They're like, why did they discard their Guildgate? I don't know, for some reason. I think I attack with Darkblade Agent. They have to double block to kill it. And then I play the Centipede. Copying the Centipede is kind of alright from the graveyard. It's not that exciting. So if we can get them to double block here, playing Plaguecrafter next turn may just be really awesome. Like you take down a 4-drop with it. They're not going to double block though. Why would they? They thought about it based on the hesitation there. So Spinal Centipede comes on down. Well, that's annoying. Can I get to 5 mana, please? 4 mana. That's not quite 5, but... do I just send both of these in? I think maybe I do. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I am going to. We're 1 mana away from being able to Underrealm Lich. And if we can make this indestructible, things are going to be pretty great. Yeah, so trade. So where do I put the counter? I kind of think putting it here is better because if we put all our eggs in one basket and they kill Lazov this turn, which they might because we know they have status statue, that's going to suck a little more. So I do think I'm going to put the counter here. It makes it into a much better attacker, especially if we surveil. It's like a nightmare. So, all right, so we're going to play Pitiless Gorgon. Okay, Close Bore Shaman. They hit all creatures there, but the good news is, or 2 creatures there. Good news is one of them's Midnight Reaper. So, all right, so if we can hit a 5th land here, I think we're in amazing shape. Can we please hit a 5th land that doesn't come into play tapped? Let's do it. We didn't do it. Okay, so they actually have some decent blocks here for Dark Blade Agent, which is frustrating. So I think I just play Spinal Centipede in my turn. Man, discarding that Golgari Guildgate is looking worse and worse, huh? Imagine if we had it. But hindsight, 2020, all that. I wonder if they have status. If they ever have 4 mana up, we can't really safely use Lazov's ability because there's a very good chance that in response they will kill Lazov. In which case, that's not good. So, worth keeping in mind. Ooh, Siege Worm? Siege Worm. We do have a Death Toucher, so that's less than scary for us. Oh, dead weight on our poor Gorgon. So much for what I just said. I can always copy it, but... Okay. Worth it? Probably, yeah. Let's do it. See, yeah. Severed Strands. Kill Siege Worm and sacrifice Spinal Centipede. Yeah. And this time I'm going to put the counter here. And we'll end our turn. It'll be a 5/4 if we ever get to make it into our friend Underrealm Lich. Crap. Bye-bye, Lazov. Bye-bye. That's frustrating. I think it's probably better to play Child of Night, but I don't know if we're gonna win this one, guys. I mean, we have a lot of time left to figure things out, but we got to draw really well. Okay, so now if we get Watcher in the Mist, at least we can play it. So I think it's probably worth playing Plague Crafter now. It's not great. They're going to get rid of their Burglar Rat. I'll get rid of my Child of Night. But I do slightly upgrade my board and slightly downgrade theirs. So there you go. So we take 7 in the air. Watcher in the Mist would be great. Oh, God. Okay. Deadweight or Siege Worm? Deadweight. So they're going to kill our Plague Crafter here. No. They got Midnight Reaper, actually. Way to show the icons well. So we're going to take 7. We're dead. Watcher in the Mists, man. Of course, we had 4 mana that whole game. Oh, hey, there's one. Wow. Put those a little earlier, and we might have had a chance, but guess we're not getting a trophy with Dimir. I'll see you guys in the final match. All right, trying to finish up this draft at 2-1. This is a decent hand, and we'll keep it. Yeah, we'll play a Guild Gate first. Playing turn 1 Barrier Bones doesn't really matter in this hand because, I mean, we could draw a 2-drop, but if we do, it's not like... Like, if we do draw a 2-drop, playing it, then playing Darkblade Agent, then playing Barrier Bones is better anyway. So, we did not. So, we will play Barrier of Bones. We do have Whisper Agent, which can make Darkblade Agent, a fellow agent, do things. Probably throw a land in the graveyard. Yeah, we leave that on top, though. But if we had had a land, I think we would have pitched it for sure. So they're very similar to us, at least generally speaking. So let's play our Darkblade Agent. Being able to give it its ability, its triggered ability at instant speed, does actually come up sometimes. So. Wow. Okay. Let's attack with it first and see what happens since we can flash in Whisper Agent. There's a chance that they decide to just like bounce it, but I don't think it's that probable. Alright, so Whisper Agent it is. Do they kill Darkblade Agent? Once Darkblade Agent even draws you 1 card, it gets to be kind of out of hand. Yeah, they kill it. That's okay. This is going to be pretty good because our opponent hasn't played a creature yet. So I think we keep it. That card has been super disappointing. It's fine, but it's not much more. Like, I mean, that's how that effect always is. I think I probably gave it a C in my set review, so it's not like I gave it some crazy rating. Okay, so I think maybe I just play Plague Crafter here. Is that too cute? Let's attack with Whisper Agent first. Because if they trade, then just playing Watcher in the Mist is way better. They could have Disdainful Stroke, it's worth noting. Okay. I think we still try to play our Watcher here. No Disdainful Stroke, no Disdainful Stroke. Okay, good. Put this into our graveyard. We love Watcher in the Mist. Have we done poorly in a game where we've cast at least 2 Watchers? Have we lost a game where we've cast 2 or more Watchers in the Mist? That's the question. Alright, so Watcher in the Mist is going to attack. So far, our opponent's deck has been very reactive, which kind of okay with, but Let's see if they have Devious Cover Up for our other Watcher in the Mist. Or Disdainful Stroke. They didn't have it last time, but they could now. Graveyard. Graveyard. Can you imagine how gross Surveil would be if they printed it at the same time we had Delirium in Standard? Sort of made me think about it because these remind me of Innistrad. It's like, was this an art for Innistrad and you guys just like shifted it to here? Okay. So Watcher attacks. And then we play Necrolisk, who has two things to eat that are pretty irrelevant at this point. So it's probably right to bring in Crushing Canopy again. They're going to have removal. Not removal. They're going to have flyers, and we know they have Capture Sphere already. I'm going to hold on to this Guild Gate. Disdainful Stroke? No. I'll probably eat a Watcher in the Mist at the end of their turn. It's not really like I lose anything if they decide to kill it in response, because this is not ever going to not have this on it. Oh god. Siegeworm hardcasted? No, Molder Hulk. Close enough. Okay. So Plaguecrafter is hilarious right now. Because I'd like to just sacrifice this to Plaguecrafter, I don't think I want to use the Necrolisk's ability right now. It's a little greedy. So we're going to play Plaguecrafter. Paying 8 mana for your Molder Hulk and then your opponent playing a 3 mana Plague. Yeah, I was going to say. That is when you just concede, I think. All right. Plaguecrafter did something. Do we want Crushing Canopy? I think we do. We don't know for sure that they have flyers, but it's very likely. What is less than stellar against them? We didn't see a ton, but like Mesmerist, probably not going to be great. Better than Child of Night, though? Yeah, probably. I like those cards more against the aggressive decks where they can trade. Bunch of black cards and no black mana. I think we have to mulligan that. Right, this one is better. And unfortunately, I do have to put that on the bottom of my library. Because I need to hit lands. You're not a land. So we don't have anything until turn 3, but that's probably not the end of the world here. So we're going to take 2. It's going to be better to play Plaguecrafter or Spinal Centipede next turn. That's a good question. Probably the Centipede. Yeah, I mean, I trade with theirs and let this become a 3-2, but I think that's probably okay. I'll be able to do something about it at some point. Playing Plaguecrafter is really not that bad here. It's a little annoying, though, because this is probably going to be a 4-2 now. I think we still play the Plaguecrafter, probably. And they give up their 2-1. I mean, our other option is playing Muse Drake, which I don't really think is going to do enough at this point. That will eventually. So yeah, I think we play Plaguecrafter just to take down the 2-1. Then we take 4. Yeah, if we can play Watcher in the Mist and just block this after getting to Surveil, that'll be fine. But glad we put in Crushing Canopy. I think we may have seen this last game too. I don't remember. Don't play anything. Hey, they didn't. So yeah, we're going to play Muse Drake now. Worst case scenario, we can always Severed Strands the bats. Like if we don't draw a 5th land. And we may not. Might be better to go Wall of Mist Severed Strands. It'll depend on what they do. You get to gain more. Okay, well, now we're going to have to do Wall of Mist Severed Strands. If we draw a 5th land, Watcher in the Mist may still be the better option. Okay, well, we drew a Capture Sphere. So, probably go with that now. Yeah. All right, Capture Sphere. Putting into that. Okay, well, I think we actually play a Mesmerist here. We can start attacking them, potentially. And a Wall of Mist. This way, now if they do draw something else to threaten us, we actually have some stuff on the board and don't have to play from behind. They're flooding out pretty badly. So we attack with our Mesmerist for sure. So the question is, do we play Underrealm Lich or Watcher in the Mist? I think we play Underrealm Lich. There's a chance that either of them get countered, but Underrealm Lich is going to set us up with way better draws than we're going to get like naturally. And yeah, Watcher in the Mist kind of does the same thing, but not significant, not quite as good. It does like 60% of what, maybe even less. I mean, this is indestructible. Sure, this has flying, but big deal. If they try to kill this, is paying 4 worth it? I don't know if it is. So now I don't really have that choice. So if I do try to make it indestructible, I would just pay 4 and it would die. So that's okay though. We do have Watcher in the Mist as a backup, and if we draw Lazav, maybe we'll get to live that dream of turning one legendary mythic rare into another one. Okay, so we will attack with our Mesmerist again. Got him down to 20. I think I can put this in the graveyard and not feel too bad about it. I'm gonna regret it. Watch. I just have a hand filled with kill spells, or, you know. Wow, I'm glad I discarded that Crushing Canopy. I'm a moron. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're 1 mana away from being able to actually pump this twice. That's cray. Okay, so we'll attack for 2. We do have a bunch more cards in our hand than they do, so that's nice. So we'll attack for 2. Shrink this down. Oh, yeah. God, I'm dumb. All right. I'm going to have to kill that now. Maybe. Yeah, that was dumb. Like, I was just talking about how they could do it, but I was only thinking about them attacking me because I'm brilliant, obviously. Okay, I think I just play the Gorgon. I mean, it's tempting to do something just to kill that right now, especially because I just made myself look so bad, but I don't think that's the right move, because we can use Severed Strands to kill a lot of things in their deck. And there may come a time, like if they manage to get rid of my Gorgon here, I may just have to use Severed Strands. But if they don't, it doesn't look like they did, I think we're okay. Yeah, I think we do play one more land here, and then play Spinal Centipede. Come on, other 2 Watchers in the Mist. Or Lazav. Lazav would be good. Okay. See if they play Molder Hulk here. No. That's a card we wish we had. Especially right now. I wouldn't mind drawing some cards. Wish I still had my Vidalcan Mesmerist. Not that it would make a huge difference. I mean, I guess it could trade with Whisper Agent, which would be nice. Hey, there's our Whisper Agent. All right, so I think we end the turn. Flashing in Whisper Agent at the end of their turn. Okay, so I think we're pretty okay with this. Because they may be doing that to set up a Molder Hulk, but we can just kill Molder Hulk too. No, Rhizome Lurcher. Same thing though. We can just kill it too. Alright. Flash in our Whisper Agent. Okay, put that into our graveyard. That could come in handy at some point. Well, let's see if they have counter magic, huh? They do not. That's good news. We can also just attack with both of these now. All right. Two Watchers or Lazav. I think those are the things that can push us into winning the most effectively. I would also be pretty happy to draw another Capture Sphere. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, man. That's annoying. Good news is we can block it, but they're going to kill... I don't know what they're going to kill. Killing Spinal Centipede's a little annoying. Killing Whisper Snitch probably isn't the most impactful. So they don't have great choices, but they get to kill something. Yeah, either way. Yeah, so I think I probably put it on the Snitch. Making these have 6 toughness doesn't really seem relevant. They can't block Molder Hulk either way. So, I mean, they can, but they'll die in the process. All right, end our turn. They can start attacking me with Muse Drake. I take 1. So they're waiting to draw Molder Hulk probably, and we're waiting to draw Lazov or Watchers. Ooh, that's not good. Rhizome Lurcher probably. And maybe something even better. I mean, Rhizome Lurcher is going to be big. They could throw more creatures in their graveyard, and they did. Yeah, so it's an 8/8. Oh, God. Now I think we need Capture Sphere above all things. Not good. I'm going to have to chump block that thing. Come on, Capture Sphere. Okay. Glad we're holding on to nothing. This card's good, but like some people think it's like this incredible thing. And it is. I mean, in a way, it is super grindy, awesome card. But I've seen people like describe it as like more powerful than most of the rares and mythic rares, and I think that's a huge exaggeration. I think a lot of people who played on Arena for a while, I don't know if it's still true. I haven't played on Arena in a while, but Dimir was like really underdrafted. So if you just forced Dimir every time, you ended up with an amazing deck, which is part of the reason I don't like Arena at this point. My computer also doesn't do the greatest job of recording it, so that also is a thing. But it makes me feel less like I should be making Arena content when the drafts are like that, where if you force one color pair, it's going to work out. I honestly think it's better to block with the Snitch because these can block the Indrik. Ooh, Capture Sphere it is. That makes our lives a little bit better. They still have that freaking massive 6/6 somewhere in their deck. Alright, so now we're just taking damage from Muse Drake. I can handle that for a little bit. They could attack with all 3 and get in for 2. Kind of interesting they didn't, huh? Hey, there he is. Well, yeah, they're not getting anything crazy land back or anything. Okay. So, we don't have any way to kill Molder Hulk. So I think we probably end up losing this one. Alright, so you're going to block here, you're going to block there. I'm going to go to 7. Yeah, we lose. 1 and 2, not the best showing. I do think this deck was capable of more. Oh. Or maybe we're still playing. For some reason I thought that was game 3. So we still got a shot here. I don't think this is a matchup where Bartizan Bats is going to be better than Wall of Mist and stuff. Those seem pretty good. Maybe better than the Mesmerist, though. Yeah. Probably. Should have probably done that. I've done that at most matches because we haven't played against Boros. Or Selesnya, for that matter. Speaking of people forcing colors. I would like to play first. This is alright. I mean, I'm a little worried because if we've got to draw spells. What are the chances a 6-card hand is better with a scry? That's probably like 80%. So I think I'm going to mulligan. Pretty comparable. I think we keep this one. And yeah, that makes it a little bit better still. Got all our colors. Yeah. We got to draw an early watcher or die. No, I don't know. Maybe. So we're going to play Barrier of Bones here. See what's on top of our library. It's a land. I think we throw it away. Hey, early-ish watcher. All right. And we're one land away from playing it. If we can play 3 watchers in a row, that's all I'm asking. We'll be in good shape. All right, so we're going to end our turn. Flash in Whisper Agent at the end of their turn. Yeah, they don't have any early action. Maybe we should have just run Mesmerist, you know? If we had a Mesmerist in play right now, would have done 4 damage. Problem is we don't have like a critical mass of aggressive 2-drops, so our chances of pressuring them aren't that high. Yeah, I think that's all right to draw. Maybe more than all right. Maybe pretty good. So let's attack with our agent and see if they flash in theirs. They kill ours. If they do, that's fine. They do. Yeah. At least I think they do. There's a chance that they just decide to take 3. Nah. Green, green, blue. We really need a 5th land here. Gross. Probably need to kill that before it can do its awesome, awesome stuff. So I think I'm going to go Severed Strands, kill that, and sack Barrier Bones. Because once it starts pinging things, we're not in good shape. So we got the double watcher and the mist thing going on. We just need to hit that 5th land. If we can play back-to-back watchers, as we've seen, it's actually not that easy to combat, like to deal with both 2 watchers back-to-back. But we do need a 5th land to actually make that work. Crap. I hate it when my opponent is pressured so little that I say crap when they play Notion Rain. Notion Rain can be pretty funny against a Boros deck. You're just like, okay, please give me my 5th land. That's all I ask. 5th land, 5th land, 5th land. Okay, Capture Sphere. I guess I'll accept that. I can deal with a big scary creature they play thanks to Capture Sphere, so I'll take it. But 5th land would be nice too. Yeah, we just take 2 here, obviously. It is annoying that we have to let this continue to live and continue to gain them life, but, you know, got to do what you got to do. So they play something big here. I think we just throw Capture Sphere on it. You're a 4/4? Is that big enough? I don't think it is, especially when I have Pitiless Gorgon in play. So I don't think I'm going to fire off the Capture Sphere. Thank you. Good lord. Now they're going to have Disdainful Stroke available, of course. We haven't seen them play it yet. We haven't seen anybody play it, actually, which is kind of surprising. Ooh, here it is. Triple Watcher in the Mist. We're going to put it to the test. Can we lose when we cast all 3 of our Watchers in the Mist? We'll see. We will see. I definitely block Rhizome Lurcher with Pitiless Gorgon if I'm given that opportunity. Prey Upon or something would be pretty annoying right here, but the fact that we have more Watchers ready to join the fight makes it a little less painful if that's what they do. Any removal spell would be annoying, but Prey Upon would be especially annoying because it costs a single green mana. So, oh, that makes sense. See what you did there. Okay. Well, we take 4. And I think we do attack with this Watcher and then play another Watcher instead of holding on to Capture Sphere. I think we play out all of our Watchers. I think that's going to be the best thing to do here. So we will attack with a Watcher. It's a race we win in the long run, especially once we have 9 damage on the table. So do we really need something like Bartizan Bats right now? I mean, it does give us yet another flyer. I guess I do. It gives them another flyer they have to deal with one way or another. So next turn we attack for 6 and drop them to 9. Oh, poop. That's not good. Now playing like an additional Watcher in the Mist doesn't feel nearly as good. They're going to gain some life this turn too. So, but I think it's still the right thing to do. We go to 9. They go to 17. Yeah, they go to 17. So I think I try to play Watcher in the Mist number 2 first, because then if they counter it, I don't really want to attack with this one. So let's actually Watcher in the Mist number 3. Okay. Playcrafter, not bad right now. I'll draw you. So I think we do attack with the other one. This could end up going really badly, but I think it's the right thing to do. This is no longer a race we win, but once we capture Sphere, I'm hoping it is. Which is probably our next plan, not to play the bats. I think that's a little too risky. So we'll take 4. Oh, good. That's what I was hoping I'd see. Crap. So I attack them for 6, drop them down to 8. If I play Plaguecrafter here, get rid of one of them, chump block the other one. Well, get rid of one creature. Probably District Guide. Probably what would die. Then I get rid of this, but I do have a chump blocker. They'll be at 8, but then they can go back up to 10. Man. I think Capture Sphere and then double block Rhizome Lurcher is the best we can do right here. Capture Sphere on the Molder Hulk and double block Rhizome Lurcher, which will still drop us to 1. But I think that's our best bet here. Yeah. Sucks. Sucks when your best bet still gives you like a 10% chance of winning. But, you know, that's better than 0, which I think all the other lines would have given me. No. Don't kill something. Please, don't kill something. If I say please, will you not do it? We're dead. Man, so we did go 1 and 2 in the end. I probably jinxed myself by saying that. So not great, but I do think the deck was definitely could have 2-1'd. Like, I don't think that was a stretch. It was a fun deck. We never got to do anything cool with Lazov, which was annoying. We always had him early when we drew him, and never drew him when we had our like awesome creatures in the graveyard, or we didn't have the mana to make him into an awesome creature. But either way, it was a fun draft. I'll see you guys in the next one.